I'm so
The
hungry.
protein shake wore off. I had a protein shake with a banana in it today that I made at home, and it was good and it was fine, but it's gone. Okay, it be gone now. That's the way it goes.
I had yogurt.
That
you had a
yogurt doesn't
protein
last.
shake and with a banana this morning, Frank.
The protein shake, the banana was
diet?
in the protein shake. Yeah, that's a good healthy breakfast. If you do a half a cup of juice, a banana, spring water, and a scoop of protein powder, and then you whir the shit out of it in a blender, and then
whatever frozen brownies are left over.
No, I didn't do that. I'm trying not to do this. So I'm clearer. I'm more. It's good. It's late at night that I get in trouble because I'm home, and especially with. I mean, I'm bad.
Throw out all that stuff. Go through the freezer and throw out the frozen brownies.
Yeah, there's something that's not going to happen. But anyway. Wait a minute. Hold on. Dory, hold on one second. Dan, did she just say throw out frozen brownies?
I didn't really hear that.
I didn't hear. I heard the words. I just didn't know what any of that meant. I wasn't sure what those words in that order meant.
It may be hard to do, Frank, but you'll thank yourself for that later.
Well, you can just shit them out later. I don't really understand.
Give me the brownies.
You know that saying, everything I eat turns to shit.
And Jim will thank you because he'll actually have some room in the bed.
Oh, yeah. This from his bedmate of all spring. Okay, here, pointing a finger. Except for my enormous.
You brought it up that.
Except
Jim
for her
was
enormous
complaining
yabos, the rest of her's little, and so of course they don't. She puts them on the nightstand. They don't have to worry about it. She just,
oh God!
She aligns
next to my
it.
Teeth.
She aligns. Jim likes when you take them out. Anyway.
Oh God!
He told me so. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway. Nothing but
so horrifying.
She calls it. Miss Jane here calls it the Hathaway Hummer. I think is what she calls it. Okay, when Miss Jane Hathaway, she puts on her little Miss Jane Hathaway outfit and gives the Hathaway Hummer. That's what Dory Biddle.
I'm nauseated. I don't see how you guys do that. That's disgusting.
Oh, it's heaven. Oh, please. Well, it's heaven for about 2 minutes, and then unless you can't. Because if it's a stranger, you don't know where it's been, and if it's your boyfriend, you've had it so many times you don't care anymore. It's all a problem.
You have a vague idea where it's been, and none of it's pleasant.
I don't know. One word: terracotta. Anyway. Oh, I love a callback that lasts about a week and a half, and it has nothing to do with anything. It means nothing to anyone. Always good. Three people. My God. You know what they say? 3 people will get that joke. Of course, the 3 of us it's Doria, me, and Dan. That's,
I wish the Lord would take me now.
And Livia
Me
Soprano,
too.
She got it too. All right, well, I'll give you guys a break. I'll tell you, you're listening to the Frank DeCARO Show on Sirius OutQ 149.
Serious. 50 years ago, Walt Disney's vision to create a place for people to find happiness and knowledge was realized. It soon became an escape for parents and children, where older generations can recapture the nostalgia of days gone by, and the young can seek dreams of the future. Today, Radio Disney rocks with kid-happy tunes and rolls with fun and games. To keep imagination alive, celebrate 50 years of surprise, hope, and wonder with Sirius Radio Disney, Sirius 130.
How do everyday people just like you make hundreds of thousands of dollars every year? They buy and sell real estate. That's because it's easier than you think and more lucrative than you probably imagine. In fact, the deal of a lifetime comes along on average once a week. And if you know what to look for, you can build real wealth for yourself and become rich. Very rich. Hi, this is Dolph Drews. I bought my first property at age 17 without a penny to my name. Since then, I've made millions investing in real estate using simple, proven techniques. And you can too. Call now and I'll rush you a free tape that will show you how to start earning the wealth you desire. Buying and selling real estate for profit is easier than you think. Call now for your free tape and let me show you how easy it can be. Call 1-800-600-6431. Achieve incredible wealth and discover what it's like to have total financial freedom. Call 1-800-600-6431. That's 1-800-600-6431.
It's corrupt! The file you want is corrupt! I can't print it! I can't even read it!
No problem. We've got that file backed up. In fact, we've got every file backed up. We'll have it restored in minutes.
Don't lose anything on your PC.
Get Envelope Remote Backup. More than 100 gigabytes restored. Complete privacy. Absolute safety. Very affordable. Special introductory offer. Call 1-877-ENVELOP or go to envelope.com. That's ENVELOC.com. Envelope. More than 100 gigabytes restored and counting.
You say a man has been making constant, obscene phone calls to you. Wait a minute, he said he was going to do what to you? Wait, is that F as in Frank?
Toll-free lines are now open at 866-305-6887. The talk is cheap, and we're easy on the Frank DeCARO Show on Sirius OutQ 149.
Oh, it's always F as in Frank here on the Frank DeCARO Show. 866-305-6887 is our number here. And Daniel and Dan will be only too happy to put you through, and we'll chat with you. It'll be fun. Dory Biddle's live in Los Angeles. I'm live in New York City. We're proudly bi-coastal. That's our shtick here on Sirius OutQ 149. So Dolce & Gabbana are in the news today. Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana, of course, have the wonderful fashion line out of Italy, Dolce & Gabbana and D&G and whatever other diffusion shit they got going on. Anyway, we love them. But anyway, they say that they would love to have children, even though they're not a couple anymore. But they were talking about wanting kids. Although apparently there's a new law in Italy where it was passed in last year that limited the use of donated sperm. So it's making it hard in Italy for gay men to impregnate a woman via in vitro fertilization. So you have to get the Lou Ferrigno mask out, and you put it on the back of her head, and you go pretend. I think that's how you do it. You do it the old-fashioned way. Guys, gay guys who are married have been doing the Lou Ferrigno mask trick for years. Why shouldn't gay out and proud gay guys do it now? I think so. Dory, have you ever had the Winslet mask? Have you ever had to do? If you had a guy, would you have to do that? You think the Winslet mask? Would it work?
I don't think it would work.
That's the hairiest Kate Winslet double I've ever seen. I don't know what that is, but anyway. But they were a long-term couple, for years and years and years. But they split earlier this year, and they still want kids. And so they say. But I think it's interesting. They don't really want kids; they want boys. I thought that was kind of interesting to see that. I guess that's an Italian thing. I don't know. I think it'd be fun to have a little boy. Because at least you would understand the kid more. I have no experience with girl stuff. What the hell would I know? Other than the Susie Homemaker washer from
You're
when I was
a
a kid.
big old girl. What are you talking about?
I know, but I don't understand. When it comes around to, that time of the month and all that stuff, I'm terrible. I don't understand any of that. I don't know how any of the parts work. I'm confused. So anyway, but Domenico Dolce's 46. He said, of course I would like a son. I would like him to have not a 1, but a 5, a 10, a football team. I like the bigger families with chaos at the dinner table, the noise of the plates and the glasses. A real family. The child represents the future. Everything new that is coming. So anyway, meanwhile, Stefano Gabbana said, I only want a 1 child because I would like him to have all of my attention, all of my affection. I'm 42. When I was 28, I wasn't no mature. Now I have developed the patience that I did not have before. I would dedicate much more of my life to my son than to my work. Apparently, he sounds exactly like Father Guido Sarducci, actually, is what that is. But anyway, so yeah, they want. But it's interesting to me that they just want sons. There's no mention there of, a daughter would be good. Nothing.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they want to dress women, put them in a corset, dress Madonna, but do you want a daughter? No. I don't want to. You know why? Because I don't want to explain the defects of life to a girl, because I don't understand. So, anyway, let's go to the phones at 866-305-6887 and say hello to Roger in New York. You're on with Frank and Doria here on the Frank DeCARO Show.
Hi, Frank. Hi, Doria.
Hey, Roger.
Doria.
Yes.
I couldn't call in yesterday, but you really don't hang your casabas out the window during breaks, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Roger.
But
I don't do it.
Raj.
Well, I was just shocked when I heard it, but I didn't think my Doria would do such a thing.
I don't do such a thing.
She's lying.
Frank
You're lying.
fabrication.
Frank, send me pictures, please.
Okay.
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Love you both.
Okay, thanks a lot. Doria, isn't that always the way?
Bye, Roger.
Here you are, vaguely single, right? And you're getting
single.
very single, and you're getting hit on. Well, you never tell me anything, so I just figured I'd go with the vague instead of very. But, and here you are, you have guys who are just panting for you. Panting, and isn't that always the way? It just is.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And part of it is, because I watch football with a bunch of straight boys who've all had their little phases of crushes on me.
And they're, not to mention their way with you, from what I understand. But
no, they have not had their way with me, Frank.
I don't know. I think they put that Winslet mask on and you can't control yourself. I know how it goes.
God, help me.
Anyway, you crazy kid. So anyway, that's all about Dolce & Gabbana. We're tired of that. Fuck them. Anyway, we're tired of you. We don't care. Anyway, Charlie Chaplin's bowler is in the news. His bowler hat and his cane are going to be sold at auction in London. They go
That'd be a cool thing to have.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, but would that help Domenico and Stefano get pregnant? I think not. Anyway, but the legendary items go under the hammer at Bonham's Auction House in Knightsbridge in London, and they're expecting them to fetch like $250,000. We'll see how it goes.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get more.
Yeah, they have a certificate of
those are iconic.
Yeah. They have a certificate of authenticity, and they said that they were used in movies including the 1940 classic The Great Dictator. So,
but does the certificate of authenticity have a certificate of authenticity?
Yeah, that's really the problem. So anyway, the stamp inside the bowler reads Charles Chaplin Film Corporation. So anyway, the tramp suit that he wore it sounds like something J-Lo would design. It's a tramp suit. Anyway, no. But it's like a track suit, but the zipper won't go up. Anyway, in May, the tramp suit that Chaplin wore in the 1914 film Kid Auto Races at Venice sold for about $7,000. So, anyway, that's all. A 1914 suit that Chaplin wore, and it's $7,000. That's obscenely low. I mean, it's fucking Charlie Chaplin. I mean, it's like, why would it only be $7,000? That's insane. I don't know. I have actually not seen many. I don't know if I've ever seen an entire Charlie Chaplin film. I've seen footage, certainly, but I don't know if I've ever seen a whole film.
I think you'd be amazed at how incredibly funny and touching they are.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, of course, we've all seen the scene where he, what is it, the 2 pieces of bread, or is it potatoes? What does he do with the forks where he makes them kind of dance?
I can't remember if they're...
It's a starch. He plays with starch. He eats... In Atkins' term, he's playing with the carb. Yeah, it definitely is. Thanks for saving me there. Anyway, what else is on our list of news here? Oh, Bridget Jones author Helen Fielding says she's getting ready to write another Bridget Jones book. So we'll see. They describe her as a woman challenged by love, life, and calories. Yes, well... Tell me about that, okay?
Is that you, Frank?
I'm a woman challenged by love, life, and calories. Yes, I think and exploding dogs, I think is really the thing. So the Bridget column started. I thought it was not going, and now it's going again, right? Isn't that what's going on? No, it's back. I read somewhere that it's back. So anyway, but it's in the Independent newspaper, and so they say that Bridget's still having trouble with her love life, and now she's got to worry about getting old too. How old could she be? It's still, she's...
Well, I think she's 30, maybe in the first one.
Well, apparently then she's over the hill if she's 30. Jeez. I mean,
Well, no, I mean in the first one.
Okay.
And then the second one, aren't they married? I can't remember.
Well, the column started, the Bridget Jones Diary column started in 1995. Oh my gosh, 10 years now. And there were 2 best-selling books. And of course, Renee Zellweger starred in 2 films that were identical. If anyone watched them, they were both fun, but they were identical. So anyway, they don't know when the third Bridget book will be released, but we'll see with that. So, did you read any of them? I saw both of the films, but I obviously never read them.
Yes, I did. I read the first one.
And?
It was funny. Very funny.
Yeah, it's cute. Did you see the movies?
I did see the movie. Didn't love it.
But it was cute. And what's the Colin whose last name I never remember which one he is? Colin Firth.
Colin Firth.
He is a husband on a stick. He could not be any cuter.
Yeah, he's everybody loves him.
Oh, woof, woof.
He made an
woof,
excellent Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I don't know who Mr. Darcy is, but it's okay.
Oh my God!
Why would I have read Pride? Dory, I've not read anything. You know that. I've read goofy, dumb things.
You didn't even have to. How could you get to school without having to read?
Please, I went to a public high school in New Jersey. We had to read Animal Farm. If you read Animal Farm, boom, you were done. That was like, here, Work your way through this and The Great Gatsby.
I got
Okay,
to
you're
lead the
finished.
class discussion on Animal Farm because I was a Russian history buff.
And we didn't have any Russian history buffs. We had like Van Halen history buffs, I think, or we're not Van Halen. Who would it be in back in the day? Who would it have been? Who were like the heavy metal bands when we were kids?
Elvis.
Not Benny Goodman. Anyway, she does take her boobs and her teeth and leave them on the dresser. I'm telling you, she just does. You know she does. So anyway, let's put on some. Want to get frisky? We'll put on the Benny Goodman music. It'll be fun. It's heaven. So anyway, what else is going on in celebrity news? Oh boy, but we're gonna save we have to save Joan Collins for a little later, but we have to tell you, Steven Spielberg, they say, is under attack. We mentioned this before for the remake of War of the Worlds by friends of the author H.G. Wells. They said he missed the point of the classic. So anyway, veteran politician Michael Foot, who had to go through life with the name Foot, is a friended biographer of the late writer, and he was convinced that H.G. Wells would have been devastated by what Steven Spielberg did to his 1938 book. He said Wells was bitterly opposed to the British Empire. He thought it was a real disgrace, and that was really what War of the Worlds was about. It wasn't just a great adventure story, it was about invasion. He would have seen terrible irony in the fact that Hollywood this year decided to make a film of his book while America and Britain are fighting in Iraq. He would have been horrified by the film, even though he loved seeing his books reach the screen. So, anyway, nanny, nanny, nanny. That's basically what he's saying. So, Michael Foot. I knew a girl named Footlick when I was in college. You know, what was her last name? Footlick. Isn't that good?
Oh, that's
Footlick.
really unfortunate.
Yeah, she never got picked on.
Footlick. I just think it's kind of hot, actually. You know, if it was like but her name was something normal like Jane or Jill or something like that. It wasn't like Helga Footlick. That would have been really good, right? Wouldn't you make an appointment with a Helga Footlick and see what in the afternoon, just like, where are you going? Oh no, I have to run some errands today, and then you'd be Dan, I'm talking about you here, okay, or Doria for that matter. Where are you? I went to see Helga Footlick. Oh, it was heaven. It was lovely.
This is going nowhere, Frank. Helga Footlick.
Helga? You know why she's saying that? Because she's been seeing Helga Footlick, and she's trying to throw us off the scent of the cave.
No, that's not why.
Helga?
She crushed her with her ginormous melons.
She took one. You know what it is? You take one and you put it on either side of Helga Footlick's head, and you go, whack! Like that with it.
Helga tried the motorboat thing, and
she whacked her on both sides.
Smack her in the head with the slut paddle.
She boxed her ear. She boxed her ears, which stunned her for a moment, and then she whacked her with the slut paddle. That's how it goes. Oh, the things. Anyway, enough about Doria's weekend plans. When we return,
I smack Frank in the head with the slut paddle.
Oh, it'll be fun. When we return,
yes, do it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Listen to the enthusiasm. Listen to this twat's enthusiasm when you say "I get hurt." She perks right up. You could hear her sitting up in her chair going da 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 da. She's very perky over that. She's very, very excited. Hey, when we return, we're gonna give you the latest from Joan Collins.
We're going to smack Frank in the head with a slut paddle.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about Joan Collins here on the Frank DeCARO Show on Sirius OutQ 149.
Sirius OutQ News.
Canadian lawmakers voted to legalize same-sex marriage. First,
a leading Protestant church in the U.S. has voted to endorse same-sex marriages.
A Columbia, Missouri police officer will serve life in prison without parole for the killing of gay college student Jesse Valencia.
A civil unions bill for same-sex couples passed the Oregon State Senate.
Tim Curran, Michael Wenger, and dozens of correspondents worldwide. The award-winning news authority for the gay community. Sirius OutQ News. At the top of every hour on Sirius OutQ 149.
I really want to pay off my bills and credit card debt, but the bank said no to my home loan.
Are you a homeowner and need cash? Do you want money to do home improvements this summer, or just looking for a lower fixed payment?
Where do I start?
By calling Omega Mortgage Acceptance Corp. and take advantage of rates below 6% and even skip a payment.
Skip a payment? I like that.
You don't need mountains of paperwork or tons of documentation. You don't even need tax returns or W-2s. Great if you're self-employed.
What about my credit? I've had a bankruptcy.
Omega specializes in home loans for homeowners just like like you. Even with credit problems, late payments, mortgage lates, or a past bankruptcy, Omega Mortgage Acceptance Corp makes it easy. Lower your monthly payments, get the cash you deserve, and a rate below 6%. It all starts with an easy, no-hassle 5-minute call.
Omega got it done.
Call toll-free 888-OMEGA-41. That's 888-663-4241. Licensed by the Cal DRE number 014113112. Ask how you can skip a payment this summer. Call now. 888-OMEGA-41. 888-OMEGA-41.
Hi, it's John McMullen from Sirius AlQ 149. This Saturday marks the 40th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act, signed into law by Lyndon B. Johnson. The Voting Rights Act contains important protections against abuses that may limit participation in the electoral process, often targeting minorities and the poor. Key provisions of the act expire in 2007, and the Reverend Jesse Jackson and the Rainbow Push Coalition are leading the campaign for their renewal. It all begins this Saturday in Atlanta. Visit keepthevotealive.org for more details and get involved.
Serious.
I am gay. I'm gay. I'm as gay as everybody here.
Wow, that really is gay. Now, back to the Frank DeCAro Show on Sirius AlQ 149.
You put the boom boom into my butt. Boom boom. In the beach in the restroom in the park. It's Frank DeCAro live in New York City. Working as hard as one gay radio tumbler can. I'm just telling you. Going for the cheap laugh. That's what we're known for. Biddle woman, it's almost the weekend. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. You'll be spending it with Eleanor Ringel Gillespie, from what I understand.
Yes,
that
I
was
will.
what I heard.
Yes.
You'll be. The two
We
of
have
you.
our weekend bridge game.
Now that you've taken up residence with each other, I think that's it. So, anyway, so we've been promising a little Joan Collins dirt, and it's good. It's looking to me like this is from the New York Post. Am I correct?
Yes, it is.
Would I be correct, sir?
Page
okay,
6.
Yes, page 6. So they say, mind your manners around Joan Collins. She's written a scathing denunciation of the state of civilization after she went to a black tie ball in London. And here's what she said happened. Quote, a 6-foot-tall, middle-aged, horse-faced male pushed past me, trod on the hem of my dress, and rushed outside to climb into the taxi that the doorman had waiting for us. In her tirade, which she wrote to the London Daily Mail, she said she was blaming the awful, pervasive disregard that we have for civility today. She said, why do young people consider it cool to be arrogant, swaggering, and rude? Why do so many people in England seem so cynical and self-centered? Perhaps because they grew up watching Dynasty and watching her have catfights in the lily pond with other women. No, I don't know.
I don't think so, Frank. I agree with Joan. Go, Joan.
Do you think people are just too rude?
I do, and I think that the what people aspire to is really appalling. I think that the fact that what is cool is so incredibly unpleasant is bothersome to me. Nobody wants to be clever or smart. It's all it's all these rap kids and Eminem and all that kind of thing.
Come on. Okay. I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm awake. So, is she off the high horse yet? Wait. She get back on. It's okay. Just get right back on the horse. It's okay. No, I agree. I agree
said
with you.
my piece.
I agree with you.
Shut up!
No, I do agree with you actually. So but it's just too much fun to snore during your when you get on your high horse, because even though I agree with you, it's still fun to make fun of you, even though so much.
Well, and people are going on and on about what a genius Eminem is, and then and his lyrics are so idiotic and juvenile, and okay, he can talk really quickly and he can rhyme, but they're so infantile. It's like a 17-year-old boy humor. And when you think pop music used to be like Cole Porter, that's incredible.
Yeah, but
the difference.
Okay, but here's the question: did you really
that
want
was popular music
I
that
agree.
people
I'm with you.
listened to on the radio, and that's what young people really liked. And when you compare it's ridiculous.
But here's my question. Okay, would you rather stick your face between Eminem's ass cheeks or Cole Porter's. I say Eminem's ass cheeks. I really would. You'd want to just get in there and get a little ass facial. I think he's just, ever since that 8 Mile movie.
That is what accounts for his
For me, it is. That's why I
solo.
like. Ever since he showed his ass in that movie, I thought, I just want to dive face first into this young man. I just think he's delicious.
And that's why people basically will call him a genius because they're blinded by his
ass cheeks. Yes, I think
vile,
this is
dirty piece of baggage.
Yes, they want to just get in that vile, dirty piece of baggage and just go and do the outboard motorboat thing, but in a different place. I think
that's so wrong.
Was it wrong? Are you horrified? Are you? Oh, sure, but if it was melons bigger than your head, you'd just be like, oh, dude,
Where?
Cool. Yeah, where? Oh my! I think Bobby Rivers
I'm sure
is
there are
bringing
some
them
clever
with him.
songwriters out there somewhere, but they're just not too popular.
Yeah, no, I know.
And that's the problem.
I know. Even Elton John's no longer popular. Oh well. So he was yesterday. We were talking about how he was lamenting that Peachtree, whatever Avenue or Peachtree Boulevard
Road.
or Peachtree Road or whatever the hell that album was called. That I'm the only person who bought it in the entire world. But anyway, he was complaining that it just didn't do well. So now he's getting even nudgier and stuff. He was slamming the Live 8 concert in London. So he was saying that it was a huge disappointment because it lacked quality acts and, quote, a sense of occasion, end quote. He did a duet with of T-Rex's Children of the Revolution with the rocker Pete Doherty, who's kind of... he's a big mess mostly. Anyway, but it was panned as the worst performance of the day. So what does Elton do? He lashes out. I like that in a man. So he said he was not the only performer to let down fans at the Hyde Park concert, but he felt that it was impossible to live up to the standards of the 1985 Live Aid concert, which he also played at. And here is his quote. Elton John said, "I was very pleased to be a part of it, but I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as the first one. How could it be? The thought behind it was fantastic, but Hyde Park is a charisma-free zone. There was no...
Blame it on the park.
Yes, it's the park.
Actually, I thought it was excellent. What I saw of it, I thought was wonderful.
Yeah. And, well, I told you I cried my way through Pink Floyd. I was just like, oh, they're so good, even though they are obviously not speaking to each other. So Elton said there was no sense of occasion, and from a musical point, I didn't think there were too many highlights. Pete Doherty was a mess. I don't think the people around him set a good example, which is a shame. That means people are going, here, inhale this, or shoot this up, or do something bad with it.
But the little woman, Kate Moss, I'm sure is a good influence.
Oh, always good. So anyway, but Sir Bob Geldof, who organized the concert, anyway, he did it so that that they could lobby G8 leaders to cancel debt in the developing world, double the aid budget, and rewrite global trade laws. And also, he did it so that Elton John could piss all over it, I think was really what it was.
And he also did it so he could get up on the stage and perform I Don't Like Mondays again.
Did he do that? I missed that part.
There's not much call for it. He did, yes.
Was it good?
It was, yeah, I mean...
It wasn't clown porn good, but it was good.
No, it wasn't clown porn good.
Okay.
It was similar.
Doria, we have to make you a copy of the clown porn. Would you watch it if we give it to you?
I'd totally watch it.
There's a lesbian scene, too. There's two girl clowns with, like cotton candy wigs on, munching each other's muffins.
I'd have a party and have people over, and we'd watch clown porn together.
Yeah, I think it would actually be a hit with that. I think you would like it. But it was pretty funny. So it was actually, maybe if you played I Don't Like Mondays and showed the clown porn at the same time, that would be the answer.